I get that a lot. No worries. Yeah. Good morning, Brian. Thank you for having me here. Yeah, I first brought the your program, book flipping profit system in late 2015, I think, and then I started doing basically kind of sat on it for a couple months, and then I started working on it probably beginning of 2016. So it's just about 3 years. Mhm.
Please. Okay, sound check now. I know you can hear me.
Mhm.
Let's see. There's a delay, by the way. And okay, people can hear me now. Lucinda says yes. Everybody else can hear me. Ah, I'm getting a thumbs up. Looks like we're good to go. Okay, well, why don't we do a formal start here? Good morning, everybody, again. This is Brian Cummings of the E-Commerce Business School. This is Saturday morning live, and it's the 1st of June. So welcome to June, everybody. Glad you're here with us. I'm here with Christina Leo, an esteemed member of the E-Commerce Business School. She is, I think you're an expert book flipper. Don't you think you're an expert book flipper?
I think I've gotten a little bit good at it.
A little bit good at it. I've seen
I
some of
just
your
enjoyed it so
numbers.
much. I'm sorry.
I've seen some of your book sales, some of your numbers. You have done very well at it.
Yes, I have. Yes.
And textbooks. Do you specialize at all at textbooks?
I do. I that's probably my first category that I hit anytime I go out scouting. And I think that's probably the most common section too that most book scouts hit. In any of the book sales. Um, yeah, I textbook definitely gives probably one of the best ROI.
Yes, and we're coming up on another textbook season, and this is the time to be sourcing for textbooks. So this morning we're going to be talking about online sourcing for textbooks, which I like to call textbook arbitrage. Let me welcome a few members, and then we'll get into the content here. Let me slide this down. There we go. Welcome, new members. We've had quite a few people coming into the e-commerce business school here just over the past month. And I know a few of you are on here now. There's a few faces that I have not recognized before. So let's see. Carol is here, and Beth is here as well. Hi, Craig. Hi, Peggy. Hello, Peggy. And Rose and Tracy and Walter and Rill and Coach Kurt Johnson, Robert Porter, Walter. Hey, good morning, everybody. I haven't named everybody because I'm so glad you're here. Okay, so on your radar, I hope, is our upcoming trifecta event. This is in July. This is all three of our arbitrage related workshops. So Shop Your Way to Wealth, the book flipping profit system, which you'll learn a little bit here in this call, and our online shopping profit system. And you can learn more about this at ebstrifecta.com. So, or I'm sorry, at trifecta.com. Just go right to that. ebstrifecta.com. Okay, I got it correct. And it's in your in the description for this video. You can just click right on that link. Okay, so we're going to talk about textbook arbitrage system. And by the way, what you're going to learn about here today, there's a training for this, and it's included as a bonus for coming to the trifecta. Come all 3 days, you get the training for the textbook arbitrage system. Now, Christina, this is new to you. You've never been through this training before. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So
I just have gotten very comfortable in sourcing locally, that I have not ventured into online sourcing for textbooks. So I'm
Okay.
very excited.
Yeah, we're going to be doing that today. We're going to be looking at textbooks, and you'll be placing orders for them. And then you'll come back next week, next Saturday morning live, and we'll take a look at some of those books that you've ordered. I'm sure a couple of them will have arrived by then. And then we'll go through the process of, okay, what about the listing? What about ordering any other books? What changes would you make? And then we'll get to see you for one more time, a third Saturday morning live, or sometime right around that, about 2 weeks from now, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll get to see you do this process. And actually, we're going to turn the screen over to you in a couple of minutes and do this. You'll be doing this on your computer, and I'll walk you through the steps. So with textbook arbitrage, you're basically finding books online at what we call merchant fulfilled books, and then taking them, purchasing them, and sending them into Amazon and selling them through Amazon's Prime program, or FBA, where they have a higher price. And this is a book right here, an example of a textbook that, and this isn't even in textbook season. This is just sometime during the middle of the year. The lowest merchant fulfilled price on this is $807. And then you could turn around sending it into Amazon and sell it for $26.58. So it's just common textbooks, but you can do this all year round with any books. We just like to focus on textbooks. And this is why. Textbooks have a cyclical nature to their pricing. So you can see the two peaks here, fall and spring. That's the beginning of each college semester. And the prices go up as the demand for these used books goes up. So you could see that year after year, there's an increase in fall and spring. And after a number of years, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 years, it just depends upon the edition, that the price becomes less and less extreme each year. So that's what we're looking at, is for books that do this. Now here's what it looks like in 1 year's period of time. This is a 1 year chart for a Campbell Biology, a common textbook. You've sourced this book before, haven't you, Christina? Probably
Yes, I
many
have.
times.
Many of times.
Yeah, many times. It's an easy one to find, and now there's even newer editions of this that you can find out there. And see, this is the peak in the spring semester, and the peak price in the fall semester got all the way up to $47.95. But yet you could buy this book right off of Amazon if you wanted to for as little as $7 at that part of the year. So that's the type of pattern that we're looking for. A peak right here in the spring semester, a peak right here in the fall semester. We're going to be using this tool, FBA Trade, online book arbitrage tool, and Christina will have it on her screen. She'll be going through the steps, and so you'll get to see the use of this. It is a free tool that's included with a membership to Scoutly. So if you're scouting for books and using Scoutly, you have access to this tool. And we'll be looking at the Keepa price history chart. And see those two peaks? That's what we're looking for in the chart. So as we look at book by book, and Christina mouses over the little Keepa button, it'll show this pattern. And when we see two high-priced patterns like this, it tells us that this is a typical textbook pricing structure of the peaks and valleys that we're looking for. And by the way, I want to point out one other thing. There's one other element that I like to use, and that's sales rank. You see, this book here has a peak in its lowest merchant fulfilled price, but also this valley is actually a peak. That means the low part is better. See where it gets thick and green right here? That's sales rank. That's an element of demand. So what it tells us is that more people are buying the book, and that's why there's an increase in price. So we may get into a little bit of Keepa as well over this three series. Okay, Christina, let's have you grab the screen. And by the
Okay.
way, if you have questions, feel free to type them into the box. I see other people have joined us here. Hello, Catherine and Mary and Lynette. Good morning, everybody.
Okay. Are you seeing my screen? I just shared.
I sure am. Here we go. Now I'm going to move us to be a little smaller. Well, I guess it doesn't make a difference. There we go. Okay. So across the top, there's a bunch of settings. And did you just use the settings I gave you, or did you change these at all?
No, I did not change any at all. It's the setting you gave me.
Okay. So across the top, one of the things it's asking us, it says lowest landed price between. And I don't know. Let's see. You can't see my mouse. Oh, yes, you can. Okay. So I'm circling lowest landed price between. And then it says minimum 0, maximum 10. So this would say that the most you're willing to pay is $10 for a book. Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then below that, lowest FBA price of $25, which means that if the book has a used buy box price, not all books do, but if it does, it would have to be $25 or higher. And then over on the right, an average sales rank up to 500,000. How does that feel to you, Christina? Do you like to have a better average sales rank? Does it matter that much to you?
I think that's okay. Because I think textbooks move so quickly during the textbook season, because sales rank at this time it's probably kind of going a little bit high anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, well, great. Then you have selected the book category. Now, right up at the top, you could also just select textbooks if you wanted to. Yeah, and then go ahead and click on search again. And then below, it's going to give us all these results. So on the left is the title, and then it shows the ASIN. This is the lowest price available for the book. So for this clinical companion, you could buy it in acceptable condition for as low as $4.90. In lowest condition, this is right off of Amazon for $5. And then the buy box price in this, now look at this. This is showing us a used buy box price of $12.90. So sometimes it doesn't always conform to here, but that doesn't really matter to us because we're going to look at the individual chart. And then we have the sales rank right here. On this side, this is where we have a profit calculation. Camel, which is a tool that be used for measuring price history, along with Keepa, and then Bookfinder would give us other sources of books. So would you just go ahead and mouse right over the Keepa on that very first book? And here comes a chart. Now, what are we looking for? In fact, Christina, would you want to describe this chart, what you see here?
Well, it looks like, well, this chart is showing, the average price, the price on the left, and then also, the over the time span. So it looks like it's selling, in the spring semester, because January is shooting up, and then we're seeing kind of the tail end of the fall, the prior fall season. So it seems a little bit on the up as well. So the rest of the year, it's a little bit, it drops a little bit. So it's not very distinctive in terms of the textbook pattern, but it does kind of peak up a little bit during those two cycles.
Okay, so it does peak up some. It looked like it peaked a year ago in June, right here, about $14. Now, that's merchant fulfilled. If this book had strong demand and the lowest merchant fulfilled price was at $14, or here, yes, again, $14, what would you think this book might sell for through FBA?
Well, at least $5 to $10 higher.
At least. Yeah. Okay. So could we make a profit if we were buying this at $5 and then selling it for $20, $25? Would we make a profit?
Yeah, we would.
We would.
Yeah.
Maybe not significant.
Right.
Why don't we take a look and see what this book is selling for now? So if you would click on the ASIN, right? See the ASIN on it?
ASIN. Oh, right here. Okay.
Yes. So click on that. Okay, so what's the buy use there? It's $12.94, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So we're not going to make much of a profit on it. Would you
Mhm.
click on the 90 offers and let's just see if that's a lowball offer?
The 90 offer, sorry, on the bottom.
Yeah, all the used offers actually. The 72 used, that'll work right there.
Okay.
And then select Prime on the left hand side. So that's all the offers that we could buy. And there it is, Prime. So there's a number of sellers at $12 to $15. Would you pass on this book?
Yeah, I think so.
So would I.
Yeah,
Okay,
there are just too many.
great. So let's go back to the previous tab, the FBA trade. And, I think it's actually there. Yes. Okay, let's just start over going from book to book on the Keepa until we find one that we think that we might really like.
Okay. Not this one.
Okay.
That one doesn't seem to be showing. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's still not too good.
Now that one's interesting because you could see that it went up real high. It didn't come down low. Yeah, mouse over that one again. It didn't come down too low in between. It stayed up high and then dropped. You know what? Look at this area between January and February. It should have peaked right then during that month. So,
Right.
yep, let's pass on that one. Okay, now
This one.
right here, and I can mouse over it. If you move your mouse, it doesn't work, but I can mouse over it. Yeah, keep it moused.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm using my mouse here and circling this time period between August, right around the beginning of September. That's what we're really looking for in a peak, and it's about $20. And then there's another peak between January to February. This might work. What is the buy box price in this book? This is Ethics.
It's 22.
Okay, why don't we open up that one?
Okay.
So we could buy this for what?
If we're talking about, let's see, lowest, it's $6.63.
Okay. 663, that's including shipping. So to get it to our door, it's 663. Now, what's the lowest FBA, used FBA right now?
It's 25.
And then 25, 25, 25, then 27, 28, 28. This will probably go up some. Looking at all these FBA offers, I don't know how high it'll go. But I'm going to guess that in the fall, it'll get up to 35 or higher. What's the sales rank for this book?
The average sales rate that we want to look at here, or
Yeah, what is the average sales rank now?
what are we looking at here?
It's the number 7. There it is.
Right. So it's 625.
Oh, the average rank 305?
305.
Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing is that this book would be profitable if you sold it right now, right? You can buy it for $660 and sell it for $25.20 right now. Click on the profit calculation, the right-hand side of this, and put in $25.20. And so you would make $7.
I'll just do 25.
Close enough. You
Somebody
would,
doesn't let me put in the decimal.
so if it sells for 25, you're going to make 720, which means that you more than double your money on this book. So for a book, because we're so used to buying books from thrift stores and library sales and stuff, that's usually you're paying a couple of dollars. So you don't make quite the same ROI on this. If this book went up to $35, what would you make?
That's much better.
Yeah, $15 on your 660 or 237% ROI. Would you buy this book yourself, do you think?
I think so. Especially, it's coming up on the textbook season. So that means your turn is going to be very fast. So you're not holding on to the book for, if you were to get it like off season, like too far out from the textbook season. So I wouldn't mind putting in $6 and get a quick turn within a couple of months.
Okay. Shall we go down and find another book?
Sure.
And let me take a look over here as you mouse over charts. Good morning, Elizabeth, and good morning, Milton from North Carolina, and Keith McCarthy. Hey, everybody. If you have any questions about what you're doing, just go ahead and type them in the box. We're going to look for one more book here with that pattern, and then we're going to look for the book at even a cheaper price than buying it on Amazon. Okay, so what do you see here, Christina?
I like this one. I like the January, February, peak up to like 45.
Oh,
Less so in the August and the fall textbook season. But what I've seen, what I have seen is I tend to sell quite a lot. I actually tend to do better in January than fall for some reason. Yeah, I like this one.
Okay. So let's take a look at the book. You can just click on the link. You can buy it for as little as $6.70. And it's selling right now. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, even the merchant fulfill is very high.
Oh, there was one for $6.70 and that one sold off.
Yeah.
Hey, this will be a good one to do. So let's say we could get it for $6. Right now it's selling for $34 on up, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, so let's try something. Go back to FBA Trade, and then on the right where it says Book Finder, click on that. So here's the book, File System for Forensic Analysis. Now there's a couple of sites like Book Finder, another one called Add All. I don't know if you've seen these before, Christina.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so on the right-hand side is a column of the pricing on the books, and they indeed start at $21. Wow. The FBA Trade said there was one at $6.70 at one point, so I think somebody snapped that up. Okay, so you don't want to buy this for $21, do you?
That's a little too steep.
Let's go on and find another book.
That was too good to be true.
Well, I noticed on the chart there was a drop. If you go over the Keepa chart again for that same book, see on the very right-hand side, the price temporarily dropped. Who knows? But if you're on top of this, you would have somebody caught that book and it's going to make a good profit from that. Okay, let's keep on going. Looking for that pattern. There we go. So the high peak price was between 20 and 25, and that's the lowest merchant fulfilled. And right now it's at how much? At $6.80?
Right.
Okay.
Well, an acceptable condition, though.
And the buy box price right now, used buy box, it says $22.60. So let's take a look at this book. Average sales rank 250,000. Okay, the Theory Toolbox. And indeed, you can buy it used for $22. You can buy it new from Amazon for $37, so it'll probably never go higher than that. And then the used from $6.79. Interested in this book?
So what are we saying?
Well, there's two good copies at $6.79. Let's take a look at the prime copies. And when I said two good copies, I meant in good condition. So
right. Okay.
22.
Yeah, this might be possibly.
Okay, so let's speculate. I mean, if you sold it right now, you could list it for 22 and it should sell. If you list it for 26, it might sell, especially if those two $22 offers sold off. What do you think this could go up to at textbook season?
Let me see.
Is that it? Is there only 6 prime offers?
There's actually very few. I'm wondering what the sales rank is. Average is 250. So that's pretty good. And days with sale is 56. So that sells a lot. I think with the number of offers, there aren't too many. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get back to that screen.
I think it closed.
Yeah, sorry. No, it didn't close because when I hover it, the Zoom share screen menu came down, so I couldn't click on it.
Yeah, that's
I
the
looked
book.
at this book. I mean, but I'm concerned about I wouldn't get the acceptable. I mean, I would look for a good condition. See, this
Okay.
one over here is 280 plus. It's a landed price, right?
Yes.
So it's pretty close to. So it's about six something. And I would look at the number of reviews here and who's selling the books. Um, I would test it out. This one.
Okay. Let's
Mhm.
go to Book Sale Finder for this again, or bookfinder.com.
Okay, so this one.
Okay, now on the right hand side, you can see additional offers. See, the first one's from eBay, the next one's from AbeBooks, eBay, AbeBooks. Now it's a little small on our screen, but what I want you to look for is like that eBay book, it says acceptable. I can see it there. So we're going to pass that one by, right?
Right.
Now, I'm the same mind of you. I don't like to buy acceptable books and send them in. I will because I know they sell, but I also know that other sellers sometimes rate their books, they overrate their books. And so when we buy these without being able to look at them, sometimes the acceptable book is unacceptable in my from my point of view. What's the next one down? It's from Abe Books. What does it
Yeah, it's
say?
actually in good condition.
And how much is that?
That one's $5.80.
Oh, so they're even you can find some that are even cheaper here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the landed price. That includes shipping. So if you were to pay $5.80 for that, you can click on the link if you want. It'll take you right to Abe Books. In fact, it tells you the price of the book right there. So then you could place an order for the book, have it sent to you, then you're going to send it into FBA. That's the way that would work.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that open and go to FBA Trade again.
One question, Brian. Do you
Yeah.
know how long do they ship the kind of like the merchant fulfill, which takes about 7 to 10 business days then?
They ship media meal. Yes.
Okay.
So there's a delay here in that it could take you up to 10 days to get it. And then you're going to package it and sending it into FBA, which might take another week. So
Mm-hmm.
when you look at this, if you're butting right up to textbook season, which the peak of it starts in the second half of August, and you're ordering at the 1st of August, it might, you're going to barely get it there at time. But if you're ordering now, there's plenty of time for this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the FBA trade here and do the profit calculator. I think that was 580, was it?
Right.
And
Not
I
sure
can't
why this
remember
doesn't allow me
what's
to put the
selling.
period.
The lowest price now is
Okay, I'll just leave it at 6 then. Okay.
lowest price currently is 22.60. So you could put 23 in there. And so you'd make 100% ROI again. But Amazon's selling this new for 37. I'm going to guess myself $33,
Mm-hmm.
$34 because of how few FBA offers there are. What would you make if you sold it for 33?
15.
$15, 250% ROI. Okay, so Christina, what are you going to be doing over the next couple of days?
Ordering books.
Okay,
But my question is, Brian, in the interest of the sharing the results, would I be able to get the books in time though? Like, let's say we were to do the next segment of this series, I might not have the books in hand by that time. Would that be an issue?
you may not. We'll find out. You're going to
Okay.
learn some as you scout for more books and you place some orders. And next week, you'll probably have some more questions and we
Mm-hmm.
can look at this a little deeper. There's some other nuances, and there's also a spreadsheet too that comes with the training, which I may not have shared with you. So I'll be sure to get you the spreadsheet and we can go over that as well
Okay.
next week.
I think you have shared it with me. Yes,
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to go through the, what's in there. So that would be helpful.
Hey, let's look in the questions over here. Okay, so we're getting some questions. Debbie's asking, do you list that book for $25 now and then raise the price in mid-August? What would you do, Christina?
No, I probably would not try to sell it too quickly because I want to get a higher profit percentage out of it. So I would probably put a margin on it. I do use celery, so I would put maybe 20% margin to 30% margin so that it
Okay.
doesn't sell so quickly.
So instead of $25, if you added another 20 to 30% margin on top of that, that would be another 5 to 750 on top of it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
And
given
then
that there's so few copies too, I don't want to sell it too quickly. And then I know my turnaround time is going to be pretty fast.
Debbie is also saying, should you buy more than one copy if it is a nice profit, and then price to sell the new one, and price to sell one now, and price to sell the other in August? You have an answer for that one?
Um, Possibly.
Okay. Yeah. I feel the same. But what I would do is hold on to both of them, or at least price them both higher.
Right.
So if you think one's going to sell, probably two, probably three. I mean, textbook season, things just take off. And sometimes textbooks get a mind of their own as quickly as they sell. So might as hold on to both of them. Now, Christina, would you buy 5 of this book?
Um, my only concern is I have when it comes to sourcing online is I don't see the condition of the book. So I really have to find good or very good copies. So if they are, and then probably it will come with experience too. If you're consistently finding that certain sellers are ranking it the way you want it, then I would probably be comfortable if it's the same, the seller that I'm comfortable with, then I might get multiple copies. But if not, then I might not be, off the bat, like buy 5 copies right away.
Okay, let's say that they're all in good shape.
Then I would.
How many would you buy?
Probably as many as available.
Oh, okay. You have more guts than I have on this. 5 would probably be about my limit. But, there's very few FBA sellers, so perhaps more than that.
Yeah, and then I also will probably look at the edition of the textbook as well. If it's a fairly recent, like this one, I think we're looking at is 2011. Well, it's not that recent. So then I might not do too many copies. I mean, if it's a more recent copy, yeah, I would do that.
Okay, very good. Have a couple more questions here. Effany, did I pronounce that right? Effany, what is the website to search for books? I didn't see that in the course. And Effany, I think you're talking about this FBA trade. It's a free tool that comes with your Scoutly scanner. And yes, it's true. In the book flipping profit system, we don't talk about FBA trade. The training on that is a bonus when you come to the trifecta. But you can get this. The software is free for you to use, and it's in their online user manual. There's a link to it. And why do these merchants sell these books so cheaply instead of just holding on to them themselves and selling them for a greater price before textbook season? Hey, would you mouse over that chart? Because that's a great question. So Real is saying, well, wait a second. We can see the price is going to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they selling it down here at this price? Because this is the current low price. Why don't they just hang on to it? Because they could sell it at that price or that price. Christina, why don't they do that?
I don't know, actually, because these are merchant fulfill. Maybe they don't want to hang on to the books too long, or they may have too many copies.
I don't know either. Maybe they just haven't thought this through.
Right. It is interesting. But then if you think about it, if it's like a store like Goodwill, I mean, they just want to move the books out. I mean, I don't think they're interested in doing the arbitrage, or they just don't know about it. That's the other thing. But I get the feeling that, they're getting these books for free, and they probably just want to quickly just send them out.
It could be. Whatever the case is, we get to take advantage of it. And that's the important part. So it's good for us. Whatever they're doing there, that's fine. Debbie says, yes, but by buying 5 copies, you can keep the ones that are pristine and return the others. So that's a good question. And Debbie, I want you to tune in next week when we talk about what do you do if you get books that are not so pristine. Okay, so tune in next week because we'll talk about that then. Hey, Christina, this has been fun. You have any other questions or comments?
No. I think this is good. It's kind of learning on the fly. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to look at it this way. And yeah, I definitely would want to add this to my kind of as one of my tools to get more inventory into the warehouse. So
Yeah. And if you sold this book right now for $22, you still double your money on it.
mm,
So it's something that can be done year round with all kinds of books. It doesn't necessarily have to be just textbooks that you use this for.
right.
Any other questions here? Let's see. Greg is saying probably don't have Keepa data. So that's true. Christina does not have a paid account to Keepa. Remember when I showed on the screen, I had those the green part of the chart where you get the sales rank history. So that's even more data. And if we look at my Keepa graphs, you're going to find that I have the green on it because I'm paying $15, $16, $17 a month. So I can also see the sales rank history. So if you get really serious at this, that might be something that you would want to use. And I'm talking to everybody here. Nina is saying, I think a lot of merchant fulfilled don't have access to the tools to help, like Keepa. Yep, that may be true. I think it's certainly worth paying for it because it increases your profit so much more.
Mhm.
Okay, so Christina, I'm available to you throughout the week. If you have any questions, please let me know. I really want to guide you through this. So if you get stuck with ordering or any questions about that, reach out to me. You can ping me on our Facebook group. That'd be fine. And let's continue on here with just the end of the slide. So I'm going to take back the screen from you, or if you'll
Let me
stop sharing.
Yep. There we
There
go.
we go. Okay. Yep, this Q&A, we've been doing Q&A during all of this. Do you have any more questions? Let's see. Jeannie says, I do not have celery. I have reprice it. Should I hold on to the books until it's close to textbook season? What Christina had just said a moment ago was she puts a premium price on it. So she adds margin, like 20 to 30%. And I recommend 30% margin myself. So instead of holding on to the book, price it a little higher. And if it sells now at that higher price, 30% higher, great. If it goes even higher, if it doesn't sell now and it goes even higher in August, you've done fine. When it is close to textbook season, you remove that 30% increase. Okay, let's see here. This has been Saturday Morning Live. We'll be continuing this same session over the next 2 weeks. And Christine, are you able to make it on the 2 weeks from now on Saturday Morning Live? Do you know?
I will be on the road, but I should be able to just hop on the call with my laptop.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Thank you. And if you want to learn more about textbook arbitrage and how to receive this bonus, please come to ebstrifecta.com. Yes, it is a live event and it's a limited seating at that event. So please check us out there. Okay. Debbie's saying, I absolutely loved this. Thank you so much. And Christina, you're the one who made this real. Thank you for being on this. Let's see. Epiphany, I paid 6 months for my Scoutly. Should I have access to this website? Definitely. You have access to this website. Real says, how many years back are textbooks profitable? What do you think?
I mean, I've sold books that's like 10 years and older, but then those are exceptions. As a matter of fact, I just sold one that's ranked like 2.2 million, and I think it was probably 2009. But the thing is, that's a highly specialized textbook. I know that just based on the topic that it's not published anymore. So there are people looking for highly specialized textbooks, but I wouldn't. I try not to go too far back. So maybe like 6 years, it's good.
Yeah, that's about how I feel too. Like that Campbell biology book, they must come out with one every 3 years, I think, 2 or
Mhm.
3 years. So, do you remember the green one? Did you ever buy the green one? Or was that too old by the time you got it?
Yeah, I think it might have gotten too old. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I remember coming across that cover. But honestly, I've sold so many books. I don't remember all the books I've gotten.
you become accustomed to seeing some of these books over and over and over again. So, how I can mention to Christina, I said, "Remember the green one?" And she said, "Yeah, I think I remember that one." Well, who would out of thousands and thousands of books, why would you remember the green one? Yeah, we do see them again and again. Julie's
And
asking, "Oh, go ahead, please."
oh no, no, I was just gonna say, like some of the like more recent textbooks, because you know that they sell, and once they hit the warehouse, they sell. So now it's like when I go scouting, if I see it, I don't even need to scan it. I mean, it's just like just grab it, just grab it. Especially at book sales. You just kind of have an eye for the more recent textbooks, and you don't even need to spend time looking it up and etc. You know it's going to hit the warehouse and sell.
Yep.
So the one that I was thinking of is the publication manual, is the blue cover.
Blue cover.
And I get that all the time. I go to the book sales, and I think they don't know what category it belongs to. I would find it in different sections, and I just quickly grab them. And that easily sells for 20 to 25, and you get it for less than $1.
That's the
Excuse me.
American Psychology Association, is it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
APA. Yeah,
Yep.
6th edition. Do I have that
Yeah,
right?
the latest edition. It's like a light blue cover.
Yes.
It really stands out.
Okay, it's fun talking with another book scout about these. Let's see. Julia's saying, is there any pattern to look for when looking at non-textbooks? And no, because textbooks have a cyclical season. Those 2 seasons a year. I don't look for patterns. I just look for solid price and rank on non-textbooks. Nina is saying thanks to both of us. Milton's saying I'm in your Shop Your Way to Wealth group. Yes, and a lot of our Shop Your Way to Wealthers like to do book flipping as well, and that's how you got started.
Yes.
Chris? Mm-hmm.
I actually went the other way. I started with book flipping actually, and then I ventured into RA.
You have to be careful with our programs because they're kind of addictive, aren't they?
They are. It's a treasure hunt.
Look, thank you very much for everybody being with us. Thank you, Christina. I'm looking forward to seeing your results of what you purchase next Saturday.